I'm sure you've answered a bunch of questions, but what was it like making your first NFL start?
It was definitely great. My first NFL start. Like I said, it was great. And came out with a dub, and that's all that matters for real.
You're flying around, made tackles in the run game. Obviously, had to guard some guys, different coverages and stuff. That aspect of it. It seems like you haven't missed a beat since training camp. Zach Taylor praised you today for making plays in camp. Has there been an overwhelming aspect to the regular season? Because it doesn't feel like.
Nah, I wouldn't say overwhelming. I told everybody, when it comes to receivers, we got the best receiving core in the league. So you get comfortable with guarding them, it definitely helps your confidence going into each game. So that's really what I say. It's a blessing I came here to where any learning curve that would have happened in camp. And so it definitely helps you take your games confidently when you go against boys like that.
What was the most important thing you learned from training camp and all of the reps you got then, DJ?
That I can do it. That was the main thing. Going to NFL as a rookie, it's the NFL. So, he's like, you see these boys and like Jamar, T, Tyler Boyd, Joe Burrow, all these boys, he's like, can I do it? And so when you know you can do it, it's like, all right, I'm good. And so that's really the main thing.
Physical part, you came up in space, tackle James Conner. If you don't, it's a big play. He's obviously a bigger physical back. That element, I think, at least pre-draft, they would have said size-wise.
Yeah.
You come up and make that tackle. What's your mindset from that point? Because everyone knows your speed and all of those things, but you're making tackles in the run game too.
Yeah, 100%. I always say I could tackle even when they asked me in pre-draft, so it wasn't a surprise to me. So but it was definitely a good thing to show that I can.
With Tito originally just kind of easing back in and then being out last week, do you feel like your learning curve has been kind of accelerated faster than maybe you thought, just because they really needed you?
Yeah, it definitely would be, than maybe the typical rookie. But I feel like I said, a lot of learning curves happened for me in camp. And so, like I said, as soon as I got here, they brought me in with open arms and we hit the road.
Last week you're guarding Hollywood Brown, a speedster. This week you have DK Metcalf, who's completely different. I'm sure you'll see him some.
Yeah.
How do you go about it facing, and they have a speedster too, obviously, on Lockett, face a speedy guy versus a big physical guy at receiver?
You just got to do, maybe I switch it up, maybe not, just depending on you see how in game, you got to make in-game adjustments. That's a big thing when it comes to top receivers like that, top quarterbacks like that. You got to be able to change in game. So that's what I'll say. Coverage-wise,
for you personally, like one-on-one, does it change just in general when you face bigger players versus small, fast guys?
It could. It could, but it maybe not. It really just depends on, like I said, filling out the receiver, knowing I can do, feeling how he is, the splits. It just really just depends on. It's so situational.
I assume it helps playing against T and Chase, like you said.
Yeah, exactly. Like going against them definitely helps any situation that comes up with receivers.
And last thing for me, what's it been like playing with Dax Hill again here? Obviously, we asked you after you got drafted, but you've been on the field with him now for 5 games.
Yeah. It's just like college for real. It's great. It's crazy thing about that. We was in college with each other in the secondary, and now we're literally in the NFL with each other in the same secondary. Like, it's cool, and it's definitely a positive there.
Appreciate the time. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.